now and watch Green-Red Valakut against Jund. As Baugh is currently up a game with his Jund deck. And we've got an Oracle of Moldiah on the side of the table there for Daniel Hendrickson. It looks like Jacob is having maybe a bit of a land issue this game. And then again, he is playing against a deck in Green-Red Valakut. That does ramp up a little bit. There is a basic forest for Baugh, who's looking to make his 9th SCG Tour Open top 8 here this weekend.
Baugh is up a game here, but bad news for him in this matchup. He is a little light on the type of non-basic land hate you would want for this matchup. He does have a couple copies of Fulminator Mage, and that's fine, but you'd really like Crumble to Dust.
There's a Lightning Bolt, looking to take care of that Oracle of Moldiah. And we'll get the sizing of that Tarmogoyf as well. See just how big the Lurgoyf is right now. Well, that Oracle of Moldiah should be leaving shortly. And it is a 4/5. And there goes the Oracle. Now you see the Absent Bailoff that is turned over. I got a good feeling that's the top card of Daniel Hendrickson's deck, yeah. And he's actually going to shuffle it away.
I don't know, it's not bigger than Tarmogoyf. And I think at this stage of the game, already having a Valakut, he'd probably rather draw a mountain than an Obstinate Bailoff.
Fair enough. All right, Daniel Hendrickson, let's go back your way. See what your mystery draw is going to be since it's no longer Obstinate Bailoff. Didn't get a great look at it. Maybe picked up a mountain.
Preferable.
Yep. There are worse draws. And Summer's Pact. And that mountain was mountain number 5, so here's Primeval Titan number 1. Triggers. Go get a Valakut and a Stomping Ground.
So that should result in 2 triggers.
Yep, 2 Valakuts out there.
Yep.
Yep.
So that can be an answer to the Tarmogoyf, if Hendrickson so chooses. Or he can just go upstairs, get him to 12, and then 2 mountains wins the game from there, too.
Very true. Looks like he's going to take care of the Tarmogoyf right now, however. Remember, he has to pay for the Summer's Pact next turn. Wouldn't want to forget that.
Yep. All right, and all right, I guess we're on a break now.
Yeah.
See you in an hour.
Do have an update. Do have an update here for you on 2 matches that did just conclude, and Ryan Overturf won his match, so he might be the number 1 or number 2 overall seed with Grixis Delver. Congratulations to him. And Andrew Jessup wins his match with Infect, which means not 1 but 2 members of the Metagame Gurus are into the top 8. So congratulations to that team from the New York area on a very impressive weekend. As now, here is Liliana the Veil from Jacob Baugh. Elevator going down. Goodbye, Primeval Titan. Has to turn back. Do not forget the pact. Good man, Daniel Hendrickson. P.N. Kieran in hand. Well, that's going to be down to 1 is Liliana, not 2. Oath of Nissa and P.N. Kieran in hand right now for Daniel.
So this is, this is the decision point here. Hendrickson would kind of like to P.N. Kieran Oth of Nissa for a land as the first order of business here, take care of the Liliana, and then still play P.N. Kieran Oth.
Wasn't willing to take the risk, though.
That play is a little too conservative for my taste.
I don't love it because I just don't love P.N. Kieran in this spot. I think it's fine, but...
P.N. Kieran is not bad against a Planeswalker or a deck with a bunch of removal spells, so I can understand some amount of risk aversion.
I'm a much bigger fan of Oath of Nissa in that spot. I think it can lead to a lot more different things.
I mean, if you draw a land there, it's super sweet. You deal 3 to Baugh, you kill Liliana, and you still play your P.N. Kieran Oth the same way. This way you're just giving up on Oath of Nissa, which, I don't know. I think it's worth more than that here.
Yeah. Baugh going to discard a Lightning Bolt. Henderson does discard that Oath of Nissa. And now, might be Kolaghan's command. Yep. Shock 1, destroy an artifact is the other. So 2/3 of the way done there with P and Kieran. So we head back Hendrickson's way. Let's see what he draws. Remember, most lands are going to be good for him. Thopter are going to go after Liliana.
But this is kind of bad news. I mean, this is part of the reason that I would have played the Oath of Nissa last turn. Is that his position isn't that commanding, although that's a fine draw here.
Yeah, Search for Morale is perfectly reasonable.
Yeah, any land's good.
Search for Morale, I think we're just going to see him go upstairs with both triggers.
He's got Baugh on multiple of 3 life total, and he's empty-handed, so he doesn't really care about Liliana plussing. So no reason to remove the Planeswalker right now.
For Jacob, he's got a Kalitas in hand. Fulminator Mage. Some decent tools to work with.
The line I kind of like here is if you Fulminator one of the Valakuts,
okay,
and then Hendrickson's down to just 1 Valakut, now your Kalitas is very likely to survive next turn because it's got 4 toughness. If your Kalitas starts attacking, you're gaining 3 life a turn. That also removes a Valakut trigger, essentially.
Yep.
So you can pull ahead that way. But I think that if you just play Kalitas here, Hendrickson, if he draws a mountain or anything that finds a mountain, your Kalitas dies, and you're in some trouble.
He's got so many cards, too, that do that. Here's Kolaghan's Command in the upkeep. Well, excuse me, let's make that the draw step. So destroy target artifact and or deal 2 damage, and then take care of the Farseek, which was the draw. So, all right. And we head back Jacob's way. You saw Jacob last turn not plus the Liliana either, because I think his hand is too good to plus it.
Yes.
You know, and clearly Hendrickson doesn't have any cards in hand.
If I'm in boss spot, I don't really value the Liliana that highly, because Hendrickson can cast almost anything he draws except for Through the Breach, which is not even really a card right now. Not something I'm worried about. So I think my preference would have been to Fulminator Mage last turn, because I would want to save the Kolaghan's Command to be able to get the Fulminator back down the road and kill the other Valakut, and then his board's just a bunch of lands. But all of this has to be chained together over several turns no matter what, and a lot can go wrong. So there's no guarantee that any of these lines work. But for me, the first order of business is knocking down the Valakuts if you can.
Well, Jacob trying to figure out which spell he wants to play. Is it Kalitas or is it Fulminator Mage? He's going to play one of them. And based off of the line that you've crafted, which is you get to kill a Valakut, and then your Kalitas is likely to live for a long time.
The upshot is if you play Kalitas and Hendrickson bricks on his draw, you immediately pull way ahead in the game.
Yes.
But I think that he just has too many draws to a mountain to allow that to be the line.
Arid Mace to the draw there for Hendrickson. Now that's interesting, right? Because that's a mountain on delay.
Yeah, that's almost the worst draw here for Baugh, because that means that if he plays Kalitas, Hendrickson's still drawing to a mountain to be able to kill the Kalitas.
But Ball's also got some live draws too. Example, another Fulminator Mage.
Yes.
Kill the other Valakut. But Hendrickson's got great draws like Primeval Titan Summoner's Pack. So in circles we go.
You can see though, Baugh's definitely got a game plan here of how he's trying to pull ahead. But that Arid Mesa makes it very complicated.
Dark Confidant the draw. That one's likely dead on arrival. So I like the attempt at Kalitas here.
And Baugh can't fire up the Raging Ravine and go that direction again because there's the Arid Mesa.
Hendrickson just passes the turn back. Makes you wonder what that card is.
Well, most of his draws are live, so if he didn't, and any mountain will kill the Kalitas. My guess is it's got to be either Through the Breach or a Forest. That's the only card that doesn't really do anything. And even the Forest he would play because Liliana's going to go up.
I really want this to be Obstinate Baloth. I find it unlikely that it is. Looks like it might be a Lightning Bolt. Yep, the draw was a Lightning Bolt.
Okay. Yeah, Lightning Bolt is fine to wait too because Baugh has an incentive there to plus the Liliana. You get a card out of his hand for free.
The discard is Feed the Clans.
Standard classic players. If you do not
and now is Baugh willing to fire up Raging Ravine? It looks like the answer is yes. And I like this. I like this play a lot.
Great line of play here.
trigger from Raging Ravine. Now it's what do you want to kill with air debate? So do you want to kill Raging Ravine now? This is basically your only shot to do that, or do you want to kill Kalidas?
Yeah, this is a great play here from Baugh. He essentially cobbles together two different threats that Hendrickson can only answer one of right now, and if the Raging Ravine survives, suddenly that is 4 toughness, and random triggers off of lands don't answer it anymore.
Well, Hendrickson is going to predictably sacrifice the Arid Mesa, and he's going to actually try to kill the Raging Ravine, so that'll work. But that means Kalidas is going to come through.
And I like killing the Ravine there instead of Kalidas because Hendrickson still has a lot of really bursty draws to things like Primeval Titan to win in one shot, even if Baugh gains a little bit of life. But Raging Ravine speeds up the clock so much that to me is the more dangerous of the two threats.
So Raging Ravine had to go. Kalidas is here for now. And now we're going to head back over to Hendrickson, who again does have some very big draws in this spot. Primeval Titan, Summoner's Pact, all that jazz. But it revolves around those as he does go reaching for mana. Let's see what this is.
Standard Classic players, welcome to your 7th of 8 rounds.
P and Kieran Nallar.
You have 50 minutes, and you may
2
begin
Thopters on the way.
the clock.
Pass the turn back over to Jacob Baugh. Baugh will draw. Now Liliana actually starts to matter a little bit here. Yep, cash that in because you're going to get a token.
Yep.
From something dying. Liliana wasn't doing much this game, but there goes a Thopter token. So Baugh, I believe, we'll take a look at Kalidas really quickly.
I believe Kalidas is non-token.
I believe it's non-token, yes. But do just want to confirm. A lot of text on that card. And it is if a non-token.
Yeah, that Liliana is not getting a whole lot better, and all of Hendrickson's creatures are valuable right now.
There's Dark Confidant. All right, let's head back over Daniel Hendrickson's way. He'll draw. Again, this has got to be excruciating for Baugh because Daniel Hendrickson has so many good draws. Even a land dealing 3 to something is good.
Every land is a good draw, and a lot of the spells end the game or close to it on the spot.
That's
sort of. It's sort of a sigh of relief, and it's sort of not.
Yeah. Another Valakut. All right then. Now this also gets interesting too, right? Because if you're Hendrickson, do you? Okay, I think you want to kill Dark Confidant. I think, but at the same time, maybe you don't. Thought seizes the reveal. That doesn't matter. Because you also want to give yourself the ability to block Kalidas and then throw your Thopter token on something.
Yep. I sort of want to get the Confidant off the table because I feel like if Hendrickson's likely to win, it's by dealing a ton of damage all at once.
Okay.
It's not going to be so much the nickel and diming, especially with a Kalidas on the battlefield.
Sure.
You know, Baugh's going to be able to pick up some life here and there. But Hendrickson can also say, the best thing that I can do for the damage race here is to hold back with the Thopter so I can block Kalidas and then before damage shoot down the Dark Confidant. That prevents the life gain from happening. It kills the Dark Confidant. And I'm willing to allow Baugh to take 1 draw step off the Dark Confidant, maybe take some damage, to set that situation up.
Back to Daniel Hendrickson we go. 2 Valakuts, plenty of mountains, and a lot of live draw steps. Last time we saw him hold on to a card for a while was a Lightning Bolt. Curious what it is this time. The way he's reaching for mana, it seems like it's at least
Two of its green,
yep.
6 lands. Could be anything.
You're right, it's a Rampaging Baloths.
Yep. And Crawlworm. Oh,
Search for tomorrow. Basic Mountain. I am curious about how many shots he's got left to fire as far as mountains are concerned.
Yep, that's a good question. Deck list, 6 Mountain, 4 Stomping Ground, and 2 Cinder Glade.
All right, not a ton of bullets left in the chamber.
mean, he's still got at least the 2 Cinderglades.
Okay.
So, you know, I think that if he finds Primeval Titan, he's still going to be fine here.
All right, Cletus down. Thanks to the search tomorrow, 2 Valakut triggers. Here comes P and Kieran along with the Thopter token. Ball's not going to block. Do you want to go Dark Confidant now? I kind of want to. Yeah, it looks like Daniel does too.
Legacy Classic players, you should be heading
And Ball's going to sacrifice line, fall down to 9.
Please raise your hand to the last couple of
He had himself a stomping ground.
Thank you.
And now he's going to have to draw pretty well to get out of this spot. Because he is in a tough spot here. Alrighty, Jacob Baugh. Let's see how you do. I know it's Thought Season land right now in hand for Jacob. Nothing very exciting over there. Time is starting to become a factor here between these 2 players, so they're going to have to pick up the pace of play a little bit if they work themselves into a 3rd game. And Ball will draw. Picked up a Terminate.
Yeah, the game's been played at a pretty slow pace, and a lot of that is even when Hendrickson draws a land, it is a complicated decision about what he wants to do.
That's a good Magic card.
Okay.
Yep, no more. Yep, see you later. It's a kill anyway. Just get 2 red sources.
Yeah.
Put them upstairs. Yeah, so Primeval Titan's going to get the job done there. Daniel Hendrickson's going to win game number 2 over Jacob Baugh. Valakut and Jund going to game number 3. Keep in mind this Valakut deck, if you weren't with us yesterday, some of the design work done there by Matthias Hunt, Columbus Invitational champion Max McVitie, and a bunch of other folks. Dan Hendrickson making what looks to be the deepest run with this sort of strategy, but no scape shifts.
No.
That's the other thing. No scape shifts, no prismatic omens, just Primeval Titan through the breaches, Summoner's Packs, and a bunch of Valakuts. So you get an idea of the sideboard here. 3 Obstinate Baloth, 3 Spellskite, 3 Anger of the Gods, 2 Grafdigger's Cage, Wreck Mason Sage, a Relic Progenitus, and 2 Crumble to Dust.
I'm fine with the Relic because it's a freebie, and Baugh does a little bit with the Graveyard. And we saw the Obstinate Baloth last game. I don't think they're great in the matchup, to be honest with you, but clearly Henderson thinks they're at least good enough. And there is some kind of inefficient stuff going on in Henderson's deck too, so there's some room.
A Disfigure, 2 Duress, a Grim Lavamancer, 2 Feed the Clans. We saw at least 1 of those in the last game. Nixos Reignited, Knight of Souls Betrayal, Ancient Grudge, 3 Fulminator Mage, Pithy Needle, and 2 Kolaghan's Commands over there for Jacob.
Yeah, the 2 Kolaghan's Commands play very well with the 3 copies of Fulminator Mage. It gives Baugh some a land destruction and discard package to try to attack Hendrickson's mana and lands, and hand rather. I think Feed the Clans is maybe a little bit too deep for me, but if Baugh thinks the matchup is consistently a damage race, then Feed the Clan makes sense too.
Well, gives you an idea of what both players are working with for this 3rd and final game. Winner this one's playing elimination rounds in about an hour or so from now, so going to be a pretty interesting 3rd game to watch. Very quickly, however, I imagine both of these players looking to qualify for our end-of-year tournament. That's the Players' Championship, which we've got 5 players qualified for that. We've got our Columbus Invitational champion, Max McVitie, along with his Clue token being debuted this weekend. Jeff Hoagland, Jerry Thompson, Andrew Tengen, they all qualified as well during Season 1 of the SCG Tour. And then Jim Davis is your defending Players' Champion, won last year at the Star City Game Center in Roanoke, Virginia, so he'll be back there December 17th and the 18th, 2016 for our StarCityGames.com Players Championship. 60 competitors, $50,000 on the line. And perhaps we'll see Jacob Baugh there this year as well, as I know that's one of his goals, number 14 on our Player of the Year leaderboard of the SCG Tour. And if he's able to top 8 this Open, that'd be top 8 number 9. He'd be going for win number 3. All with Jund. You see Ryan Overturf behind Daniel Hendrickson there, a careful observer. Looking to see what's going on, as he's going to be in the top 8 later this evening. Congratulations to him. And one of these 2 will be joining him. This game number 3 about to begin. Baugh will be on the play, and he mulligans very quickly, not like what he saw. We'll see if Hendrickson likes what he sees. Now, just in a general sense, who do you think this matchup favors?
I like the Valakut side of the matchup.
Yeah.
Jund is very good at stripping away someone's resources and forcing him to live off the top of the deck. And Valakut lives very well off the top of the deck. Once you have Valakuts in play, even your land drops are solid, and usually Primeval Titan is going to be lethal. I would feel different about this if Baugh had Crumble to Dust in his sideboard instead of Fulminator Mage. If he could cut off Valakut forever and force Hendrickson just to win with Primeval Titan beatdowns, I think the matchup gets very solid for Baugh, but I don't think Fulminator Mage is enough to reliably interact with Valakut.
Fair enough. Jacob going to take a look at 6 cards right now. Looks like he's going to keep it. Time for him to scry. See if he likes this card. Giving it a long thought, that's for sure. And he's going to, at least seems like reluctantly, keep it on the top. Blackleaf Cliff's Thoughtseize. Let's get it going here in Game 3. Baugh will start this game down at 18. Lightning Bolt. Search for Tomorrow. P and Kieran Nalar. Oracle of Moldiah, Primeval Titan, and just 2 land. Do you like taking the search?
I do too. I really like that play. I mean, there's a good chance that Hendrickson's hand is just a dead end now. He needs to draw a lot of mana to be able to do anything of note.
Baugh will record this information. We're going to head back Daniel's way. He'll draw a card. You know, maybe you see Baugh take a different card there, like a Lightning Bolt. If he's got a Dark Confidant, we'll see if that's actually in his hand as we make our way through these turns. But for now, Search for Tomorrow bites the dust as we head back over to Daniel Hendrickson. He'll draw his first card of the game, picked up a Sakura Tri-Belder.
Baugh is not very good at stopping Hendrickson once Hendrickson gets the ball rolling. So if Baugh's got an opportunity to slow down Hendrickson and possibly make him just stall on lands altogether, he's got to take those shots.
Sakura Tri-Belder has resolved. There's maybe a Raging Ravine for Jacob. Maybe. He's also got a Blackleaf Cliffs. He's going to go to Fulminator Mage. Henderson thinking Sakura Tri-Belder. And he'll sacrifice him.
I like sacrificing the Sakura Tri-Belder here because if you draw a basic land, you can cast P and Kieran Nalar, and then the Fulminator Mage doesn't matter. And if you draw a non-basic land, you still have the Lightning Bolt in your hand to take care of the Fulminator Mage first, and then play your land.
Over to Daniel will go. He'll draw a card. Picked up P and Kieran. I don't think he has land number 4, however. So over to Baugh. Baugh will draw. Raging Ravine is the land. Fulminator Mage is attacking. Is Hendrickson taking? The answer is no. He'll Lightning Bolt that. And now here's Liliana from Jacob. I'm sure Jacob is a little concerned with plussing this because of Obstinate Baloth that he saw, and he actually won't plus it at all.
I'm somewhat surprised that Hendrickson didn't take that opportunity to just bolt the Liliana.
Well, it depends on if he has another bolt, right? Because he bolted the Fulminator Mage.
I thought he peeled a second bolt.
Okay.
I could be mistaken, but I thought he had one bolt. Oh, excuse me. It was a second P and Kieran Nalar. Pardon me.
Gonna minus. P and Kieran bites at us. Head over to Jacob Baugh. Now we head back over to Daniel Hendrickson. Looks like it might be time for the beatdowns. But where are those stoppers going?
I mean, with Baugh at 18, you've already got him into multiple of 3 territory. I would probably just get Liliana off the table.
Okay.
I guess the argument on the other side is Baugh has shown an unwillingness to plus the Liliana. And if you think that's the case, you might as well just attack Baugh and keep the pressure going.
There's a Terminate. Going to take care of one of those. Yeah, that's kind of my thought, honestly. Here's another P and Kieran. If Jacob is saying, you know, basically I'm not willing to plus my Liliana because I'm scared of Obstinate Baloth with how my hand lines up, all right, fair enough. Then I'm not gonna play this game with you. Another Terminate there.
Yeah, you can talk yourself into not plussing because either you're scared of Liliana, Obstinate Baloth, or your hand's too good.
Mm-hmm.
If that's the case, maybe you can just afford to ignore the Planeswalker.
Here come the attacks.
I'm not a huge fan of splitting the difference, though.
Well, Jacob is already saying I'm not going to plus it, so why am I even going to attack it?
Right.
You know, that's the thing. There's Oracle of Moldiah. Wooded Foothills is the first land for the turn. Remember, Oracle of Moldiah lets you play 2 lands. Cinderglade is the land that Daniel Hendrickson finds.
And Hendrickson right now just on the hunt to set up Primeval Titan. So he wants, in spite of Lightning Bolt being good here because it answers our Confidant, he's just looking for lands.
Relic of Regena is the top card. Not all that exciting. There's Lightning Bolt. See you later, Dark Confidant. Jacob Baugh's in some real trouble now. He'll draw. Found a Tarmogoyf. Relic of Regena is staring back at him, however. It's not the best time to find that creature. A Relic is the draw. Top card, Cinderglade. I think we're going to go cast a Primeval Titan here in just a second. Valakut's on top of the deck.
All right. It's a pretty good set of cards there.
I think we might be all set here in just a moment. Yep, Jacob knows he is beat because of Primeval Titan, and that is going to do it. Daniel Hendrickson's going to win this match here over Jacob Baugh. 2-1. Greener Valaka taking care of Jund. And for Daniel Hendrickson, we're going to see him in the elimination rounds as the Valaka deck kind of flexing his muscles in that matchup, that's for sure.